are people who are not Christians. They do care a lot about Christians. And there are people who are not Muslims. They do care a lot about Muslims.
Today in Copenhagen, we meet to discuss how we can move beyond words and how can we reach a committed partnership. We were in Europe before to try to create a real dialogue between two cultures, two religions, and to build together a new world, a world of peace. And peace needs dialogue, needs confidence, needs comprehension. And it is what we are trying to do.
Unfortunate incidents like burning of Holy Quran and false accusation against the Prophet of Islam, among others through the recent film Innocence of Muslim, is an act of ignorance and disrespect to the sanctity of Muslims. What I oppose is not our right of freedom. Never. What I oppose is what I see as abuse and misuse of our freedoms. What I oppose is to offend and insult individuals or a whole group of people. Our rights of freedom go hands in hand with our responsibility to manage those freedoms properly.
Right now we see satirical cartoons and stupid amateur movies influence our public agenda. And even though they, of course, are legal, they threaten to create gaps and curtail efforts of dialogue and mutual understanding between Muslims and Christians and people in general around the world.
We need one thing, that we are better to try to stop provocations rather than deal with reactions, because provocations usually come from educated people who are aware of the situation very well. However, the reactions may come from people who are illiterate, who have very poor understanding of the situation, and uncontrollable because it's done by the masses. So dialogue should be directed into creating an environment that will make provocation less, and hence reactions will be less.
Ethics, virtue, morality have always been indispensable to religious or religions. In a very broad term, religions are all about depicting and guiding humanity to the right path. The right path should not be understood only in terms of the hereafter, but also in terms of worldly affairs.
If the cartoons is considered as, something quite acceptable in Denmark or maybe in France, it's very much offended to the sentiments of the Muslim world. I mean, under the freedom of speech, you're offending the sentiments of other people. Now, this is reality, and this is something which we have to talk about. I, as a Muslim, feel very much offended by people depicting negative images about Jesus Christ. So I expect the other to be not only understanding, but willing to take action to prevent any such act, because it's detrimental, it's harmful to all people.
We need to speak about our time now and how to diffuse tension. So the first major issue is theology, and when talking about theology, we need to highlight the points which encourage us to work together.
This conference is for exchanging ideas between leaders from different faiths and traditions. But the real venue of it is mosques and churches, where we should preach people there to understand each other, to have love, harmony for each other. And this is what we've been doing. We don't teach hatred, we don't preach hell, we don't provoke people. We try to calm down societies, we try to diffuse tension, and we hope that the other parties will do the same in order to create this mutual understanding. Of course, it takes work from both sides. It's like an equation.
We should not only accept and respect people of other beliefs, but we should value and show that we value the religious multiplicity. And we should protect each other's rights and possibility of expressing our religious faiths, giving room to a dialogue which gives us a deeper insight in the beliefs of the others, but which also opens our own possibilities of seeing new depths in our own faiths.
We have a new situation by which more millions of Muslims and Christians are living side by side only. But by cooperation, they can live together. And that's the importance of cooperation here. They have no other choice. Conflict or cooperation. Conflicts lead to nowhere, and it has led to nowhere. We all know that. Our mutual destiny is to cooperate.
We need that Europeans believe that the Christians in the Middle East are not a continuation of the Christians of Europe. We are not Europeans. We don't want them to intervene because their intervention will be bad for our relation there in the area.
The Christians of the area, of the Arab area, of Lebanon, of Tunisia, of Egypt, of Algeria, of Syria, they are the people. They are us. They are not imported from another country. They are not a different people so that they are minority. They are the people.
There should be no majority and no minority. There should just be people, just individuals. And that is the goal. That is our main goal. But we are not there yet, unfortunately. So we need to work on more diversity. We need to work on more inclusiveness. And we need to make the different groups, both the majority group and the minority groups, mixed more and respect each other more. And this conference is a very big initiative to reach that goal.
I think in a place like Denmark, the whole business of Christian-Muslim dialogue is comparatively new. It was a very marginal activity 20 years ago, was looked on with suspicion both by the mainstream churches and the Muslim organizations and certainly by the political culture. But in the last decade, it's begun to take off, and one of the things that's happening in a conference like this is that it's been linked into the international network. So the Danish experience is feeding into the international network, and the Danish experience is absorbing the international experience to the benefit of both.